9 hours. That's how long the average American spent in the dark in 2024. And with our aging grid facing more extreme weather than ever, it's only getting worse. Picture this. You're sitting at home when suddenly everything goes black. Your phone's dying, the food in your fridge is spoiling, you can't cook dinner, and you're stumbling around in complete darkness. For millions of Americans hit by Hurricanes Helen and Milton, this wasn't just a scenario, it was reality for days or even weeks. But here's what nobody tells you. The most effective emergency solutions aren't expensive high-tech gadgets. They're everyday items already hiding in your home. I'm talking about crayons that burn like candles, milk jugs that transform into powerful lamps, and even your washing machine secretly storing gallons of emergency water. These aren't your typical prepper tips. These are ingenious, affordable solutions that actually work when disaster strikes. Welcome to Food Decider, where we help you make smart decisions for your home and family. Today, I'm revealing the hidden emergency tools scattered throughout your house right now and showing you exactly how to use them when the power goes out. If you want practical solutions that could genuinely save you during the next blackout, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss our life-changing tips. Trust me, you'll want to remember this information when the lights go out. Let's start with something that sounds absolutely crazy but works incredibly well, using children's crayons as emergency candles. Yes, you heard that right. Those waxy sticks your kids color with are actually powerful backup lighting sources. Here's the science. Crayons are made from paraffin wax and color pigment, wrapped in paper that acts as a perfect wick. Light the pointed end of a crayon, stand it upright on a heat-resistant surface like a paper plate, and you've got yourself a candle that burns for about 30 minutes. The melted wax pools around the base, stabilizing the crayon as it burns. And here's the best part. Darker crayons like blacks and browns actually burn longer because they contain more carbon. Let's talk numbers. A box of 64 crayons costs less than $5. That's roughly 8 cents for 30 minutes of light. Compare that to store-bought emergency candles at $3 to $5 each, and you're looking at the most cost-effective backup light source you'll ever find. Plus, crayons don't leak, don't expire, and require zero maintenance. Just toss a box in your emergency kit and forget about it until you need it. Now, safety is crucial here. Never leave a burning crayon unattended, keep it away from children who might try to eat it, and always place it on a non-flammable surface. But follow these simple rules and you've got dozens of emergency candles ready to go at a moment's notice. Next, let's transform an ordinary flashlight into a room-filling lamp using nothing but an empty plastic jug and water. This hack is so simple it seems too good to be true, but emergency management agencies actually recommend it. Here's how it works. Take an empty plastic milk jug or water bottle and fill it with water. Strap a headlamp or LED flashlight to the outside, pointing inward toward the water. Turn on the light and watch what happens. The water diffuses and scatters that harsh, narrow flashlight beam into soft ambient illumination that fills an entire room. It's the difference between a spotlight that only lights up one small area and a lantern that actually lets you see everything around you. The physics is brilliant. Water acts as a natural light diffuser, taking that concentrated beam and spreading it in all directions. Families who used this trick during Hurricane Ian reported going from stressed-out darkness to comfortable working light in minutes. One person can read, another can prepare food, and kids can play games all from a single flashlight that would normally just create one bright spot. Want to level this up? Use a 5-gallon water jug instead of a milk jug, and you can light up an entire living room. Add a few drops of bleach if you're storing water long-term. The chlorine prevents algae growth, and the slight cloudiness actually enhances the diffusion effect. The best part? Empty gallon jugs fold flat and take up almost no space in your emergency kit. Just keep a couple tucked away and you're ready to create instant ambient lighting whenever you need it. But here's my favorite lighting hack of all, and it's probably already in your yard right now. Solar garden lights. Those cheap decorative stakes lining your walkway aren't just pretty, they're grid-independent, rechargeable emergency lamps that work without batteries, cords, or fuel. During the day, your solar lights charge in the sun like they normally do. When the power goes out at night, simply bring them indoors and stand them in jars or glasses for stability. Each stake provides enough light to safely navigate a room, and multiple lights create a fully functional indoor environment. No scrambling for batteries, no running out of fuel, just free solar energy doing its job. After Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico, solar garden lights literally became a form of currency in some neighborhoods. People who had them enjoyed safe, well-lit nights, while those who didn't burned through expensive candles or lived in total darkness.
That's when everyone realized these weren't just decorations, they were essential emergency equipment. Modern solar lights have gotten even better. Today's models cost $15 to $30 for a 6-pack and deliver over 100 lumens, bright enough for reading and detailed tasks. Many newer versions even include USB ports, so they're not just lights, they're phone chargers too. One device, 2 critical functions, 0 ongoing costs. You just set them outside during the day and they're ready every single night. The key is investing in higher quality models with reliable batteries and brighter LEDs. The dollar store versions might look the same, but they'll die after a few months. Spend a bit more upfront and you've got dependable emergency lighting for years. Now let's talk about a tool that most people consider trivial but becomes absolutely crucial during an extended power outage, a battery-powered air mattress pump. Yes, the thing you use maybe twice a year when guests visit. This simple device is actually a multi-purpose survival tool. Think about what happens during a blackout. The fans stop, the air conditioning dies. In summer, heat builds up with no circulation. In winter, warmth from a fireplace or heater stays in one spot. A battery-powered pump can move air across rooms, making your home livable. Point it across a bowl of ice and you've got a makeshift air conditioner. Angle it to distribute heat from a safe heating source and you're warming multiple spaces instead of just one. But it gets better. If your refrigerator fails, you can use pumps that work with airtight bags to vacuum seal perishable food, extending its life significantly. Some models work in reverse, meaning you can suction up water from small leaks or flooding. And in the worst case scenario, serious flooding, that same pump can rapidly inflate flotation devices that might save lives. Most pumps run on D batteries, so stock up on extras or choose rechargeable models. Some newer versions even charge via solar panels or car outlets, giving you multiple power options. The point is, this isn't just about comfortable sleeping arrangements. It's about air circulation, temperature control, food preservation, and emergency response. For $30 to $50, you get a tool that maintains comfort and morale during extended crises, and that psychological benefit cannot be overstated. Here's something that seems so obvious it's almost embarrassing to mention, yet it catches people every single time: a manual can opener. In modern kitchens, we rely on electric openers or those easy pull tabs on cans. But when the power goes out and you're facing shelves full of canned goods, your entire disaster food supply, a manual can opener becomes the difference between eating and starving. During Hurricane Katrina, there were families with entire garages stocked with canned vegetables, soups, and beans who couldn't access their food because they didn't have a manual opener. Think about that. Hundreds of dollars worth of food, completely useless because of a missing $8 tool. Don't let that be you. The trick is investing in quality. Cheap can openers break after 10 cans. Trust me, we tested them. But a solid $8 to $20 model will last for hundreds of openings. Look for smooth edge openers that don't leave sharp edges, and make sure the gear mechanism feels sturdy, not flimsy. Here's the strategy. Don't keep just one. Scatter them throughout your home. One in the kitchen drawer, one in the car, one in your camping gear, and one in your emergency kit. If you want to go ultra prepared, get a military-style P38 can opener for your keychain. It weighs nothing, costs about $2, and opens cans surprisingly well. For such a small investment, you eliminate a critical, completely avoidable problem that has left countless people unable to access their own supplies. Now let's talk about the single most important device during any disaster: your phone. It's your news source, your flashlight, your connection to loved ones, and your link to emergency services. When the power goes out, battery drain accelerates because you're constantly checking updates, using the flashlight, and trying to stay connected. Without a way to recharge, your lifeline dies within hours. That's why you need a layered charging strategy, multiple backup systems that cover different scenarios and durations. Start with a portable battery bank, also called a power bank. Basic models hold 10,000 to 20,000 milliamp hours, which translates to 2 to 4 full charges. High-capacity banks go up to 50,000 milliamp hours, enough for 10 charges. These are your immediate solution when the power first goes out. But for extended outages, you need renewable power. That's where solar chargers come in. Premium models with large panels can fully recharge in a single day of sun. They're more expensive, usually $50 to $150, but during a week-long blackout, they're worth their weight in gold. Cheaper solar chargers might need several days to recharge, so spend a bit more if you can. Don't stop there. Keep a car charger as another backup. As long as you have gas, you can charge your phone. Hand crank chargers provide yet another option. They're slow, 15 minutes of cranking gives you about 3 minutes of talk time, but in a true emergency, that 3-minute call could save a life.
And if you have a portable jump starter for your car, many double as phone chargers with built-in USB ports. The strategy is redundancy. Own multiple solutions. A battery bank for immediate use, solar for extended situations, a car charger as backup, and a hand crank in reserve. Store your battery banks fully charged and top them off every 3 months to maintain battery health. With this approach, you can maintain communication no matter how long the power stays out. Let's shift gears and talk about something that seems minor but has massive impact on both hygiene and mental health: baby wipes. When the power goes out, hot water often goes too, either because electric water heaters fail or because water treatment plants go down and you're rationing your supply. The inability to properly clean yourself doesn't just affect comfort, it destroys morale and dignity. Baby wipes become essential tools in this situation. You can clean yourself without water or heat. You can wipe hands before food preparation when water needs to be rationed. You can care for children, elderly family members, or anyone bedridden. You can cool yourself down in heat by wiping your neck, forehead, and wrists. You can even clean surfaces and electronics affected by food spoilage from your dead refrigerator. During Hurricane Harvey, baby wipes were one of the most requested items in emergency shelters. Not food, not blankets, baby wipes. Because feeling clean, even without a full bath, maintains human dignity and prevents the psychological downward spiral that happens during extended disasters. Look for unscented, thick, cloth-like wipes that hold up to repeated use and full-body cleaning. Adult personal cleansing wipes are larger and more durable if you're stocking for adults. Buy extra containers and rotate your stock. Store them in multiple locations: your emergency kit, your car, your medicine cabinet. They're cheap, they last for years, and they provide comfort when you need it most. Now here's a tool that directly addresses one of the biggest challenges during a power outage: cooking food. Electric stoves obviously don't work without power, but even many modern gas stoves have electric ignitions and won't light during a blackout. That's where a propane camping stove becomes absolutely essential. A portable 2-burner propane camping stove gives you the ability to cook hot meals, boil water for sanitation, and maintain normal family routines. And that last point matters more than you might think. Hot meals aren't just about nutrition, they're about morale, comfort, and keeping your family's spirits up. When everything else has gone wrong, sitting down to a warm dinner creates a sense of normalcy that helps everyone cope with stress. These stoves are incredibly practical. They're portable, quick to set up, and run off compact propane canisters. You can boil pasta, make coffee, heat soup, cook eggs, everything you'd normally do in a kitchen. Each canister costs about $4 and lasts 1 to 2 hours of cooking time. For a 1-week outage feeding 4 people, keep 10 to 15 canisters on hand. Store them in a cool, dry place, and they'll last for years. Beyond cooking meals, your camping stove serves as a sanitation tool. When water treatment plants fail or you're relying on questionable water sources, boiling water for 1 minute kills dangerous bacteria and parasites. You can heat water for bathing, even if it's just filling a basin for a warm sponge bath. You can sterilize utensils and bottles. The ability to boil water is genuinely life-saving in extended emergencies. Here's the critical safety warning. Never use a propane stove indoors. Carbon monoxide buildup is invisible, odorless, and fatal. Always cook outdoors or in extremely well-ventilated spaces like an open garage with doors on both ends. This is non-negotiable. Hundreds of people die from carbon monoxide poisoning during power outages because they use grills or camping stoves inside their homes. A reliable 2-burner propane camping stove costs between $50 and $150 and will last through years of emergencies. Compared to charcoal grills that depend on weather and take forever to heat up, camping stoves are faster, more versatile, and far more practical for actual daily cooking needs. Here's something almost nobody thinks about, but it could provide crucial resources when both electricity and water supply fail: the water already stored inside your washing machine. In scenarios like hurricanes or earthquakes where the water main breaks or the treatment plant loses power, that hidden reserve becomes incredibly valuable. Here's how to access it. Locate the drain hose at the back or bottom of your washing machine. Place a bucket underneath, loosen the clamp, and let the water drain out. If you have a front-loading machine, there's usually a small emergency drain filter you can open. Depending on when you last ran and load, you'll find 2 to 5 gallons of water sitting there, perfect for flushing toilets, washing hands, or cleaning dishes. But your washing machine is just the start. Your water heater holds 30 to 50 gallons and has a drain valve at the bottom. Your toilet tank, not the bowl, the tank, contains several gallons of relatively clean water. The pipes throughout your house hold water too. Shut off the main water valve to prevent contaminated water from flowing back in, then open the lowest faucet in your home to drain out the residual water from the pipes. If you have a swimming pool or hot tub, you're sitting on thousands of gallons available for non-drinking uses like flushing, cleaning, and bathing. Even decorative ponds can provide water for these purposes. Here's the key insight. During emergencies, daily water usage drops dramatically. Normal American households use 80 to 100 gallons per person per day. In crisis mode, you can survive on 10 to 15 gallons per person. Knowing how to access these hidden reserves can multiply your resources many times over. Before predicted storms, take it one step further. Pre-fill your washing machine with fresh water. Fill every bathtub. Fill pots, pitchers, and any clean container you can find. This gives you immediate access to clean water while you still have water pressure, rather than discovering the water's off when you turn on the tap. Important reminder: water from your washing machine, toilet tank, water heater, and pipes is generally safe for washing and cleaning, but you should treat and purify it before drinking. Boiling for 1 minute kills pathogens, or you can use water purification tablets. Water from pools, hot tubs, and ponds absolutely requires treatment before any use that might involve ingestion. Most people preparing for emergencies focus entirely on buying bottled water and miss these massive reserves already in their homes. Knowledge and quick thinking can multiply your resources dramatically when crisis hits. So let's bring this all together with actionable steps you can take right now to prepare for the next power outage. Start by auditing what you already have. Many of these solutions, crayons, empty jugs, solar garden lights, baby wipes, manual can openers, air pumps, are probably scattered around your home right now. Walk through your house with a notepad and identify what you already own. Then gather these items and set aside a dedicated emergency stash in an easy-to-access location. The principle of redundancy is absolutely crucial. Don't rely on a single source for lighting, power, water, or food. Have multiple options in multiple locations. Keep supplies in your car, your kitchen, your garage, and your main emergency kit. This way, you're prepared for different scenarios and different durations. A 2-hour evening blackout needs different resources than a 2-week grid failure after a major hurricane. When it comes to critical tools, invest where it matters. Choose quality over quantity. Buy a durable $8 can opener instead of 3 cheap ones that will break. Get a higher capacity portable charger with solar capability rather than a basic model that dies after 2 charges. Purchase a reliable propane camping stove that will last for years. These small upfront investments prevent major headaches when you actually need these tools. Here's something most people never do but absolutely should. Practice. Have a family blackout drill. Turn off your main breaker for an evening and test your entire setup. Try lighting your crayon candle. Make a water jug lantern. Bring your solar lights indoors. Open cans with your manual opener. Cook dinner on your camping stove outdoors. Heat
water for washing. The goal is familiarity. When a real crisis hits, you don't want to be reading instructions by flashlight and fumbling with unfamiliar equipment. You want muscle memory and confidence. During your drill, you'll discover gaps in your preparation. Maybe your camping stove doesn't light as easily as you thought. Maybe you realize you don't have enough propane. Maybe your kids are scared of the crayon candle. Better to learn these lessons during practice than during an actual emergency when stress levels are high and mistakes have real consequences. Here's what emergency preparedness guides almost never mention: the psychological side of disasters. Small comforts have massive impacts on mental health and your ability to handle stress. Clean hands, a hot meal, a softly lit room instead of harsh shadows, some air circulation on a muggy night. These things maintain a sense of normalcy and dignity that keeps people from falling apart. Think about it. If you're sitting in complete darkness, can't wash yourself, can't flush the toilet, eating cold food from cans and feeling helpless, your mental state deteriorates rapidly. But if you have gentle lighting from a water jug lantern, you've cleaned up with baby wipes, you're eating hot soup cooked on your camping stove, and you've created some airflow with your pump, you feel capable, you feel prepared. That psychological difference is enormous. This extends to your entire family. Kids especially need routine and normalcy during scary situations. Being able to maintain bedtime rituals, eat familiar hot meals, and have adequate lighting makes everything more manageable. Adults can think clearly and make good decisions when they're not overwhelmed by discomfort and helplessness. There's also a community element to emergency preparation. During major disasters, people who prepare well often end up helping neighbors and strangers. You become the person who can charge someone's phone so they can call their family. You're the one who shares lighting when someone's elderly parent is scared in the dark.
You provide baby wipes to a young mother struggling to keep her infant clean. These small acts of kindness create bonds and make disasters more bearable for everyone involved. Being prepared isn't about paranoia or survivalist fantasy. It's about being the calm, capable person who makes things better during a crisis. It's about reducing your own stress and having the capacity to help others because you're not drowning in your own problems. Here's the bottom line. America's power grid is going to continue facing challenges. Aging infrastructure, extreme weather events, and system vulnerabilities mean power outages aren't going away. They're getting more frequent and more severe. But the best emergency kit isn't built from expensive high-tech gear or trendy prepper gadgets. It's built from practical tools, creative repurposing, and the knowledge of what really matters during an extended blackout. Next time the lights go out, you won't be stumbling around in panic, eating cold food, sitting in darkness, and watching your phone die. You'll have light from crayons and water jug lanterns and solar garden lights. You'll stay connected with layered charging solutions. You'll cook hot meals on your camping stove. You'll access hidden water reserves from your washing machine and water heater. You'll maintain hygiene and dignity with baby wipes. You'll keep comfortable with your air pump circulating air. And you'll open your canned food supply without any issues because you remembered to buy a quality manual can opener. The difference between stress and security during a disaster comes down to knowledge and preparation, not panic buying when a storm is announced and stores are already empty, not expensive equipment you don't know how to use, just practical solutions, tested in advance, ready to go when you need them. Don't wait for the next storm warning to start thinking about this. Take an hour this weekend to audit your home, gather your supplies, and create your emergency stash. Spend a few dollars filling the gaps: crayons, a can opener, propane canisters, baby wipes, a battery bank. Then schedule that family blackout drill. Turn off the power, test everything, and see what works and what needs adjustment. Because when that next hurricane, ice storm, or grid failure hits, you'll be ready. And you'll be ready with tools and knowledge that actually work in real-world disasters, not theoretical scenarios. That's the power of smart preparation. If you found this information valuable and want more practical tips that could genuinely help you and your family, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're here at Food Decider to give you actionable advice that makes a real difference in your daily life and during emergencies.
Drop a comment below telling us which of these tips surprised you most, or share your own power outage experiences and solutions. And check out our next video where we'll cover even more essential preparation strategies you won't find anywhere else. Stay safe, stay prepared, and remember, the best emergency plan is the one you've actually tested before you need it.